I hope you liked that intro. I chose it myself, personal like, just for y'all. What the fuck's wrong with y'all, man? Why you up? You up so late? Shouldn't be up this late. You should be in bed sleeping, dreaming about stacking your cash, protecting yourself, putting guardrails around your wallet. It's going to be so fucking fat. That's what you should be doing. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I figured I had the opportunity to get on Undead Chronics stream, but I couldn't. We were in a rainstorm, and besides which, I was sitting in the parking lot of uh, uh, a skating place where my son goes. And I don't want to be too specific because I know there's some crazy motherfuckers out there. But yeah, spent 3 hours in the car just sitting there. You know, like that. Watching people come and go. But my son got to skate for 3 hours. So it's worth it. $20 goes fast in a skating rink, y'all. $20 you might think is, that's a little cheap. That's a little cheap. That's a little chintzy. So let me tell you something. You got to learn how to work with your money. Everybody's going to take it from you. They're going to take it. Let me get up at the top here, man. Mutiny on the Bounty. Number uno. Seafood Black Irish. Dead Truth or Walking. What's up, Holmes? How you doing? Greetings. Jose, did I get that right? Vigela? Hello, happy Friday. Oh, and welcome to the very late Friday night chill stream with yours truly, Hammerhand, the MGTOW monk. And no, we ain't going to take any shit off of stupid feminists. We're going to bust them in the mouth. Well, I can't speak for you. I do speak for me, though. I don't take no shit off of anybody. I'm currently off of TikTok because I got mobbed and brigaded. And TikTok, they were weird about it. They were like, we can see that this motherfucker's getting mobbed on and brigaded. Because I reported like 50 comments, and they took all the comments down. I was shocked. I reported videos where they were targeting me directly. They took them down. I was shocked. I was stunned because it normally doesn't go that way for us, right? And all of my videos that were getting flagged, that was a dishonest flagging, a mobbing, they restored 9 out of 10 of them, right? I'm like, man, maybe I got a friend at TikTok. I went and logged in and my whole shit was gone. And they're like, I think we're going to get rid of the guy that's causing all of the problems by actually being persecuted. Yeah. The squeaky wheel got the gate. Didn't get the grease, got the gate. So as soon as I get the opportunity to get back on TikTok and have another awesome discussion about equity and equality with feminists, I'm going to. Mr. Hate Vicious, Master Ranch in the house. Oh, man. He's saying on this one over here, the hell with TikTok. I'm looking at 2 feeds at the same time. I'm reading these comments here on this camera, and I'm looking over on this camera right here, reading the current comments. Mouth agape ape. Yo, men, fist deep. Well, I get to listen to at work at least. Geo Kicks. Cool. Hammerhand is on. Well, thank you. I appreciate that greatly. 10 a.m. Saturday morning in about, 56 minutes or so. It'll be Saturday. And 10 a.m., we're going to be dropping some truth. I don't know if you're going to be ready for it. There's going to be 2 versions of that truth getting dropped. I won't say PC version, but within the YouTube nebulous TOS version. And it's not that far off. And I'm going to drop the other one on Odyssey. So if you want to see the uncut dope on Odyssey, go there and watch it. And I'll even link you to it. Me. I'm forced to have it. I can't help it. Captain Will. Hammer time. Successful endeavors. Looking all professional in here. I don't know. As soon as the camera came on, that kind of put pay to that, didn't it? Vectivus? Binge watching on your content is what I was doing up this late. No shit. Well, absolutely cool, man. Make sure that if you want to see all of the awesome shit that was deleted in this last account, that was 40K. Well, 39.5K. And before that, it was 88K. Oh, man. I found an interesting little tidbit I got to tell you about this. Maybe I'll do a video about this and I'll put it up because there will be some people that will not believe this. I went looking at my sub count. You know, you can go back, you can backtrack on data in your analytics, and it shows the curve of this channel right here. That motherfucker shoots up, right? Just shoots up. And that's because of you. And thank you. 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, 22,000. I'm like, wait, 22,000? I'm only at like 21,000, 21,500. I'm not at 22,000 yet. And then I kept running the tracker. And this is back like 3, 4, 5 weeks now. 42,000, 58,000, 89,000. I'm like, what the fuck? What? How can that be? Because they're only showing 20,000, like 20,000 on the little thing right there on the front of my page, right? They're only showing like 20,000. But I also got 20 million impressions going on 8 million fucking views. They're fucking with my counts. Duh. That's what they do, right? I was shocked. I was fucking floored. I couldn't believe it. Well, I actually shouldn't say that because they did that with the first account that I had. Some of you might remember in that first account when we were on here and I went to my first live. When I did my first live, there was 2,000 people in that first live on like a 10,000 sub channel. That's unheard of. That's unheard of. Unheard of. So you know it wasn't a 10,000 sub channel. You know that. It couldn't have been. So they show everybody out here one thing. And I don't know why they don't just, keep the sub count at 0 or eliminate the sub count entirely. Why play around with people? It's fucking bizarre. It's bizarre. So let me get back to this. Circus Madness, chilling with the Undead Chronic. Oh man, you chilling out there with Chronic? That's cool. That's cool. JEGR. Hammer. What's up, man? Phil D's. I need some words of encouragement. Well, you've got them, brother. You've got them. Let's come on in here. Sit back for a minute. Relax. Let those troubles, whatever's ailing you or bothering you, unload them. Unload them. I doubt very seriously that the next few minutes are going to change anything unless somebody's running you over with a tank at this particular moment. Sit back and relax and unload that shit. And let's talk. Derek Wood just got off work out here on the best coast. I don't know, man. You talking about the third coast? Because the East Coast is kind of fucked up. West Coast is really fucked up. I don't know. If we could take a big old God saw and just cut the whole West Coast off and kick it over to Japan, I think the Japanese would declare war on us. But I wouldn't miss it. It would open up all them new states to oceanfront property. Daniel Goff, my brother, Red Pill for All, Fist Deep, working, MGTOW Cowboy. Yes, a Hammerhand live stream. Exactly what I needed. Man, I don't know, man. I go through the whole day and I never think to myself, man, exactly what I need to go on and listen to some Santa Claus looking motherfucker talk. I think I just slapped myself. I'm not sure. Did I? I think I did. That's okay, though. It's okay. Stone Reaper. Greetings, Hammerhand and gentlemen. One fast dag. Hammer. Oh, shit. And it jumped. Of course. Right as I go to read your comment. Let me get man, that motherfucker jumped all the way to the bottom. Hold on. I just saw a line of MGTOW in here. That's crazy, man. What's up? Another hitter. I'm sorry about that one fast dag. I cannot find it. Oh, man. As an auxiliary member of the war band, I too must shill. I'm not going to say it. It's right there in case you want to see it. I'll take it down in a couple of minutes. Billy Lazier, did I get that right? It's hammer time. Maybe. It's got to be quiet hammer time, though. I can't get all excited because it is late here. My mother's over there sleeping and shit, and we don't want nothing silly going off. Pop off. Ogre MGTOW, guardrails around my crypto. You damn right. Man, you damn right. Got a story about that. This fella in NASCAR, he's in one of the junior divisions. He's a team owner. he woke up and found a little surprise in his crypto wallet. He was notified that a deposit had been made. And he had $181 million in Shibu that he didn't know where it came from in his crypto wallet. So he called, guess who? Robinhood. That's the way I got the story anyways. There was another Robinhood fuck up and reported it so that they could find the rightful owner. Crazy shit. And this is the same, he's the same guy, man. He was talking about how he wasn't going to be able to make it to like the last race or the last two races of the year because they were out of funding. I think if I were the person that was awarded my $181 million back, I might just fund him for those couple of races and then a little bit extra. I'm just saying. That's just me, though. Dr. Rudeness Hammer. Christopher Thomas Hammerhand in the house. Damn, what's up with y'all? Daniel Goff, Atlanta, up. Oh, on a fucking Friday into a Saturday? Of course Atlanta's up. MGTOW Jim, it's 2 p.m. in Australia. All is good in the hood. I'm glad to see that. Line of MGTOW. Can't find any size 14 rollerblades. I can relate. 14 triple E's. Some big ass motherfuckers. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm sure that they make them, but you know how it is when you got them giant fucking feet. Of course, you know how it is when you got them giant feet. Probably why you have to beat them hoes off with a big old stick. They looking at your giant feet. You pack of hot dog hands. They'll hate your fucking guts, but they want your shit. One fast dag. Hey, my MGTOW brothers. Christopher Thomas, it's always come down to the money. It always has, and it always will. It always has, and it always will. Vanish Mantle, glad to catch a stream. A pleasant surprise. Well, thank you, sir. William Wallace, good evening, my friend. It was terrible, but still, you know what I mean. Good evening, Hammer. Yo, man. Yo, what's going on? Yeah, you know, we're pissing them holes off over there on TikTok. Yeah, I know TikTok is a sewer. Oh my God, do I ever know that TikTok is a sewer? But it is fun. It is interesting. I got to tell you, I actually get a charge out of it. Man, when you got your ducks in a row and you know this red pill game, right? You know what MGTOW is about. You know what the red pill is about. Not the fake red pill. There's a lot of fake ass shit out there. You know what Monk is about. You know how to identify blue pillars, manipulators, NPD, BPD. You get all of that shit going on, you can dissect these motherfuckers surgically. Didn't have to say one word to these people out of line. Not one word. That must be why you're so fat and bald. You can't get a woman. Why do you hate women? You know how it is. Right out of the playbook. Lefty, Marxist, communist. One of them come at me and they said, well, the fact that you said leftist indicates all I need to know about you. This conversation is over. I said, well, you know, it can be over if you want it to be, but do you really want it to be? You don't really want it to be. You just don't have an argument. You're a leftist. You know, you're a leftist. You align as a leftist. You promote leftist policy. Are you telling me that you're not a leftist? Well, I know what I know about you. You don't know nothing. Well, you're a rightist. No, I'm not. Well, you're not a leftist. No, I'm not. Oh, you're a libertarian. No, not a libertarian either. Well, you've got to be something. Why? You got to break out of that bullshit. This idea that everything that you are as a human being can be quantified with two fucking choices, especially politically, is asinine. It's absurd. And that's how you know you're talking to a fucking drone, when they only think that they got two choices, maybe three. Very easy to take them apart. All right, gents, I'm going to run down to the bottom of this chat real quick, and we're going to see if we can get caught up a little bit. James Viktorovich, no YouTube gold plaque for you. No, I wouldn't get one of those. If I went to 100,000 today, they wouldn't be sending me no silver button. And they shouldn't send me a silver button, because I'd take it out to the range and I'd set it on fire and film it. So don't waste your time. Use tubes. Don't send no buttons. I'm good. I don't need one. J.E. Gurr and Biden supposedly got 80 million votes. Well, I mean, look, I've said this before. If Joseph Clementine Biden ended up with 80 million actual real votes, when you hear people talking about how the fall of the West is happening, how it's circling the drain, it's done. It's over. Let's just say, for argument's sake, every one of those votes were legitimate. The disbelief and the shock that people feel, on the other side of the aisle, shit, even hardcore leftists are like, what? You're not dealing with hardcore leftism anymore. That's a thing of the past. Hardcore leftists are like rightists to these people. So even hardcore leftists, progressives, seculars, they're leaving the party. I don't know, man. I don't know. It is what it is. Let's just say that 81 million people voted for him. This country's over. If you count every one of those votes as a legit vote, this country's over. It's done. It's done. Plain and simple. Whatever you thought this country was going to be, you can kiss that shit goodbye. That dream's over. The only way that that's going to be changed, reversed, have the tide roll back, is if the military rolls in and kills them all. That's right, I said it. And that ain't going to happen. So, you know how it is. That's democracy, right? Which is why I despise democracy. Now, a constitutional republic, I can get behind that. But even that has its flaws. It's got its problems. Success pool endeavors. Hammerhand, are you using Blade Analytics for your numbers? No. You're not talking about Social Blade, are you? Success pool? I don't know about anything other than Social Blade. If Blade is something separate from them, then yeah, I don't know nothing about it. Lecter Apache, hello from Australia. Have you read yet? Just now in the news, a guy was murdered because he tried to break up a domestic. It's funny how these topics just pop up at exactly the right time. Tried to break up a domestic between some female and her thug. ABC7, which is a piece of shit station. Any of the ABCs over there. Chicago. No good deed goes on. Oh, that was here. That's right. When you were saying ABC, I thought you were talking about your ABC. No good deed goes unpunished. I don't know if it was a good deed. Gentlemen, let me say something to you. It's going to offend some of you because the last two of those shorts that I made with that feminist wallaby, that motherfucker right there wants you to risk your life, your very existence, to save these bitches that voted for this. I'm not saving nobody. If it's my son, even my estranged daughter, okay, I'll go out on that limb. If it's my mother, I'll go out on that limb. You see what I'm saying? There's maybe a handful of people that I would do that for. If I saw somebody thugging on a child, I would have to make a call on the scene. Saving an adult woman? Nope. Are they concerned about saving us? No, they're not. Are they concerned about the 80% of homeless people on the street being men? No. How about the 96% of men that die on the job? They concerned about that? Nope. All they want is power and control and your obedience. All they want is to be men and then to have the beings, the humans that they replaced that used to be men, obey them. No, thank you. I'll take the 0. No, I'm not doing that. There's a lot of folks out there in them comment sections. You're despicable, man. What's wrong with you? That woman didn't deserve that. Maybe not, but she voted for it. You see? Well, how do you know that she voted? Okay, so she didn't vote. She didn't stand in opposition to it. What you want me to say? Saving them is like saving somebody that's trying to pick your pocket. I ain't doing that shit. No thanks. Gentlemen, I hope all of you are doing well tonight. Let's get down here just a little bit. That reminds me of the Donald and how they cooked the numbers over on Reddit, yet it was the most active sub that had multiple front page posts organically. Yeah, I remember when they busted that shit out. I remember that. Lion and MGTOW, 50 hours. Time to rest. Lion, if you got to rest, my man, go ahead and do your thing. If you're on the road, holler, and then clock out, man, and get yourself some sleep. Put down somewhere. Enjoy yourself. Lothar Lishram, did I get that right? Good morning from India. Namaste. Good morning, sir. How are you? Olympus Entertainment. Hello, gents. One fast act. YouTube is killing all of our comments everywhere. Well, they ain't killing them all, but they are certainly bisecting a few of them, aren't they? And you have to understand that. You have to understand that. If you want to speak a little more creatively, to fuck with that algorithm, to fuck with that speech recognition, that type recognition, do it. Do it. Get your point across. There's a lot of guys out here. Global Man, he speaks that way. He types that way. He'll do that any day of the week. Brad MC, Mick, Brisneyland, and you. Recovering know-it-all. Hammer, Mike in Arizona. What's up, AZ? Know some peeps in AZ. Simo, TWD, evening. Hammer, hope you are well and great to see you. Great to see all of y'all, man. I'm really surprised that there's like almost 200 of y'all in here at going on 11:30 p.m. on a Friday night. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? You should be out there partying down, not with hoes. Not with hoes. The nightclubs are full, but there ain't very many men in them. Ooh, hold on. Oh, man. Beard ASMR. That's some fucking crazy shit. Fucking ASMR. Oh man. Look at that ridiculous. Healthy. Silly ass beard. Oh. Look at that. Brad Mick, I'm wearing a Spartan singlet. I don't know what that is, but I'll take your word for it. JR, Dak, those bastards. MGTOW Live just has a pizza with my kids. Man, that's awesome. Last time, I believe the last time I heard from you, you weren't doing too well with your kids. So that's an improvement, right? That's an improvement. I hope that things are working out there, brother. Drewzil Tekken Games, the big one happened, and the West Coast will just fall into the ocean as God intended. Well, if it does happen, that's what God intended. But you never know, man. Oh, man, you never know. You never know. Now I got to get back up here. This son of a bitch jumped. I fucking hate this thing when it jumps. And it's doing it on Streamlabs, right? Alaskan Whiskey at Alaska. That's cool, man. How do you like it there? Loved that city. Somebody be talking to somebody else. Hold on, man. Let me get back up here and find my spot. Polska Bob. Hammer, I'm wrenching in Hamster's stream. I wanted to say hello. Well, I appreciate that, Polska. Thanks very much, man. I didn't realize that Hamster was running right this second. So, yeah, sorry about that. If you holler at him, tell him what's up. I wasn't trying to bust up nobody's stream, man. Placebo Effect. Are you going to bring it out tonight, Hammer? Oh, I just did that. I might do it again. I'm not really sure. Mr. Dr. Rudeness, I'm sorry. I'll call you your proper name there. I want me a sex doll. You do? Check them out. Make sure that that's the way that you want to go. That's look, I'm gonna be frank with you. It's not a tremendous outlay to get somewhat of a quality doll, if that's the way that you want to go. Check it out thoroughly. Shop a few companies. Make sure that you're getting the best deal that you can get for yourself. Don't be shy. Ask questions. The maintenance on them fucking things has to be ridiculous. I'm not saying that it's unmanageable. I'm saying that when you're done with your personal party, you got some work to do to make sure that you get that motherfucker squared away so that you don't have crotch rot in your latex doll. Because the thought of that is just fucking hideous. I'm sorry, but it just is. Oh, good God. All right. Well, I cannot find that the spot where I was at. Sorry about that, gents. I would like a refund. Hammerhand's special move is the jackhammer power bomb. I could do that if I wanted to. Now, somebody did it to me, I'd die. But I could do it to somebody. So, it is what it is. Arch Knight, exactly, Brad Mick. It's crazy, bro. Placebo effect, Mexico City. You saying that you in Mexico? That's cool. Jeffrey Paul, Hammerhand. How's my brother from another mother? I'm chilling. You know how it is. I'm just sitting here fucking rapping with you guys tonight. I had some time, got back here. I was going to kind of, just pack it in for the night and relax and just fucking thumb damage the phone a little bit. And I said, fuck that. I've got a couple of hours maybe and jump up on here and talk with the fellas. Anybody that's interested in getting in, I'm fucking stunned. Half an hour into this, 212 of y'all talking about, what's up, man? So I'm going to keep going. Jeffrey Paul, Hammerhand. You just fucking said that and I just read it. So I ain't doing that again. Success Pool Endeavors. Don't need no man, got graped and no white knights to come and save them. Have you guys noticed? I'm sure that you have. But for those of you that are somewhat new to this, you're going to get hit with that shit a lot. Those last two that I put up before I did that new string a couple of nights ago with that raggedy mummy looking motherfucker that was talking about if those people did nothing, they cowards on that bus. Attempt to shame you and make you feel some kind of way because something happened to someone else. Does that sound familiar? Sounds a lot like Ilhan Omar, don't it? Something happened to someone. God, that's funny. That's pretty funny. But it's actually kind of the opposite of what I was trying to say. Don't fall for that shit. You have no obligation to these people out here. You have no obligation to these people. These people as a whole, as a unit, women as a unit put themselves in this position. And like every motherfucker out here, they're sitting around pointing fingers, running the blame game, talking shit, trying to shame people into saving them. You don't need my help, do you? What's that? You do? Why do you need my help? Oh, because I'm a man. But I thought we were equal. Isn't that what they told y'all? That's what you told me. We're equal, right? I don't know what to say. Now all of a sudden we're not equal. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I'm saying for me personally, for Mr. Hammerhand, that is a judgment call on a case-by-case basis. You see, I have intervened in a couple of things in my life way back when I was blue-pilled. All of us still suffer some of that blue pill bullshit. I don't believe anybody that says I'm 100%. I'm ready to go. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I eat blue pill cakes. Drop red pills out my ass. Nah. We all struggle with it. And we should all be able to recognize that and bring that forward and listen to our inner being, man. We know when we're causing problems for ourselves, and if you walk into a hornet's nest and you get stung and your lights get turned out forever, there is the ramification that you kind of had it coming because you didn't think for yourself. You let gynocentrism make your decisions for you. You see what I'm saying? And that raggedy old motherfucker, what's her name? Tawny Michelle over on TikTok. When she's sitting there trying to shame you into making those choices. You need to stick your chest out, put your fucking chin up, and say no. Save yourself. You got to vote. You can go in the military if you want without being compelled with physical violence, with force to go in the military. You got most of the alimony. You got most of the kids. You got most of the best years of the men that you fucked over to get in that position. You got the lawyers. You got the feminists. You got all of these motherfuckers. But they can have everything in the world, but they can't, at the point of a gun, make you do anything. So all you've got to do is get your biology under control. Morals, ethics, values, principles. It's a short fucking list. Short list. I'm going to go down to the new comments here. And Brad Mick. I can't highlight names for the life of me. I'm in somebody else's conversation. Q Hugh, trust your gut, Brutus. Yeah. Trust your gut. But if your gut is blue-pilled, if you're brand new to the red pill scene, if you're brand new to putting yourself first, call everything into question. Every decision that you're going to make in regards to the way that men are displayed as servants to society. You make the mistake, most of you, myself included, of thinking that society is something that you're part of. It's not. You are servants to society. They are part of society. You are a second-class citizen. Your disposability is a marker for that. You feel me? Brad Mick, freedom, Arch Knight, exactly, Hammerhand, on point. Thank you, sir. William Wallace, no, I can't either. I'm in somebody else's fucking conversation. The Quack, from the Chronic to the Hammer. Oh, man, you're having a night. You're having a night. You get over there and get all blunted up and shit, and now you're over here searching out some reason and some soberness. He won't mind that, promise me. Oh, man. Brad Mick, you just did William Wallace. I didn't do it very effectively. I didn't. I promise. Dan Day, your part of the greater machine can be discarded at any time, not if you don't let them. And I know what you're thinking. Well, they could drag you kicking and screaming. They could just come in, all over, done. That's true. That's very, very true. But it's also against your will. Plain and simple. It's against your will. You didn't cooperate with your eventual destruction. You chose your destruction on your terms. And I'm very comfortable with that. Yeah, I think that there could be some hard things done to people. I think people could be tortured. I think you could be cajoled and maneuvered into position to do those disgusting, sickening things. I think you could be. Or you could make the hard choices. The people around you won't understand you making those hard choices, especially if they're being used as leverage against you and your good choices. DB Cooper, dank, LOL. DB in house. Wolf Lachlan, the 7th at Hammerhand, had a man like you defended that lady's non-existent honor on the subway, the state would have charged you for a hate crime, and that lady would have been the state's star witness. Hashtag give them nothing. Maybe. Let's say that I intervene, right? Let's say that I go up there and I grab that motherfucking scruffy bitch by the neck. Don't misunderstand me for 1 second. It's a heinous act. It's an insufferable, disgusting, worthy of torture act. I don't support it at all. But I'm not obliged to go put my ass on the line to stop it. Not for some stranger. Not in this day and age. Not with the environment that these fucking heifers have created. But let's just say I run up and I grab this motherfucker by the neck. He swings around. guts me, right? Or maybe she's in the way. He swings around and stabs the piss out of her. He gets scared and he runs off. Do you know that I could be sued for that? And in a shithole state like New York, I'd probably lose. I've seen worse things happen. You ask anybody that works, any attorney, any lawyer, although I despise them both, the things that they've seen with men and the prosecution of men in this gynocentric system. See, they're telling you that the system is patriarchy this, patriarchy that. There's a lot of truth to it, but it is absolutely ruled in a legal sense by gynocentrism, plain and simple. And like I said earlier, all you have to do is gauge your disposability, how willing your government and your population is willing to throw you away, throw you into a lion's den, cast you off to war to die in a foreign land, kill motherfuckers that have never set foot in your country. And then you understand right there. You should anyways. Robbie Bob, if Karens could fly, Till 2 would be an airport. Till 2? What you mean? Rishi. Hey, what's up, Rishi? I saw you earlier on Chronics. At Hammerhand, you should invite Finger Banger on the stream. I think maybe we'll do that at a later point in time. Yeah, I wasn't going in to have an in-depth discussion with folks. I just want to get on here and bullshit with y'all for a little bit. 245 of you madcaps in the house. Steaming hard towards midnight. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Hanging out here watching some old man ramble. But thank you. I appreciate the shit out of it. QU, domestic terrorist has lost its meaning. I don't know if I can agree with that. When Merrick Garland, the person that was fronted to become a Supreme Court justice, writes a memo to the FBI suggesting that parents that protest critical race theory should be viewed as domestic terrorists. You got fucking problems. And they wanted that motherfucker on the bench. That's RGB times 10 right there. Coming to find out a lot of things about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she wasn't nearly as left as a lot of people thought that she was. Fuck. Trenny MGTOW, if you're having problems with your biology, just imagine women without their hair. Realize that they are not their bodies. Let me tell you something about that. When I make jokes and I put these little shorts on, trust me, guys, they're jokes. You know, you have these hoes showing off their bodies and they're doing their very best to attract the most alpha person that they can attract, or the most beta bucks deluxe provider that they can attract, or whomever it is that they're shooting for, right? And I'm like, oh yeah. I absolutely can appreciate how decent they look. The divider for me, number one is the indemnity by law that comes with them. Number two, that they can say and do anything at any point in time to remove me from my very nice life. Number three, as soon as they open their mouth, most of them, it's like listening to a conch. I'm sorry, bitch. Did you say something? Is that your name? You feel me? They're vacuous. They have no other purpose in life than to try to look as good as they can, to snag as much shit as they can, because they don't want to work for it. And they don't think that they have to work for it. Their idea of work is getting starfished 4 times a week. That's their idea of work. And then you've got the other side of that coin, the instigators of feminism, the fat, ugly motherfuckers. That's what you got. They're the ones that started it all. They weren't attractive. They weren't getting fucked. They weren't getting picked. They were wallflowers. You ain't no daisy. But they were wallflowers. So they started careers in law. Catherine McKinnon. It's a big one. I said, well, I guess if I can't get fucked and no man finds me desirable, I'll just become a legal expert and obliterate them. And they did it. And then you say to men and the general unknowing, stupid population of females out here, and they are dumb. You say to them, well, you got to go along with this because it's the sisterhood. That's all it takes, really. That's it. That's some bullshit. D. Vectivus asked about chakras while you were on Chronic's stream. You said you believed in them, but said that there's a time and a place. So since you're here, care to expound? Ever tried to open your third eye? What do you think are the limits? I don't possess enough knowledge about chakras to give you an informed opinion. I said that I possibly believed. Possibly. I can't discount it. You see what I'm saying? I can't discount little green men walking around because I actually kind of go to war with a couple of them every once in a while. Can't discount UFOs. I can't discount the unknown. I can't discount the existence of Jesus Christ or God, you know, but there's a hard road to go to prove it. So I think whatever works for a person, if you implement those things into your life and you get a better result out of life, then it's a positive. And it's a positive. And I'm all good with that. I support that all day long. But yeah, I don't have enough knowledge of chakras to give an informed opinion. I would sound like a buffoon. Of course, I sound like a buffoon a lot of the times. Paul Smecker, yo, Hammerhand, just saying, hey, keep up the great work. Man, I appreciate you, Paul. Thank you. Q Hugh, I'm a terrorist because I have a pee-pee icon on YouTube. Is that right? Man, that sucks. They're classifying that now too, huh? That's a bitch. Give me a nice tall glass of tea. That's a strong ass tea though too. Cheers. Hope y'all don't hear all that swallowing shit. D-Man 50. We love our old. I love my old. I do. I do solemnly swear to take me and only me for the rest of my life. Oh, more beard ASMR. Oh man, it's ridiculous. MGTOW live. It's 2:41 in Sydney, Australia. Yeah, I was told earlier that it was like daytime. I'm like, what the fuck? That's awesome. That's awesome. One fast act. Too many chimpanzees in the world. Yes, sir. That's an awesome. Even though I disagree with the direction that Greg has gone in, that was one of his better remarks out there. It's kind of become iconic, you know, in the lingo for us. Pretty cool shit. Max Semenoff. Old wise men are what? Frowned upon. Oh yeah. They're being rushed into the fucking box, man. People that have old knowledge, they are hated by people that don't. On the other side of things, I'm not talking about you fellas in particular. No Name Bleach. What up, Hammer? Nothing, man. Just chilling. Blue Pill Unplugged. At Hammerhand, you have a great voice. Oh, man. Oh, man. Another one. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, man, if I could get into voice acting that didn't have any, well, I could get more into it, I should say, that didn't have any Hollywood ties, I'd probably do it. I think I could make a decent voice actor. Cowboy, MGTOW Cowboy. Remember the guy who went to jail for helping a woman with the car trouble? Yeah. The only reason he went free was because the gas station had cameras. If you fellas aren't familiar with that, I'll refresh your memories a little bit. This fucking hoe was broken down on the side of the road. This guy spent, 2 hours? Fixing her car, getting her to a place where she wasn't going to die on the side of the street because she had nothing. Spent 2 hours of his own time doing the fucking deed, being a man, being a citizen, responsible. The thing that wrinkly old bitch, Tawny Michelle, thinks is awesome. It's an awesome thing for guys to do. And that cunt turned around and accused him of sexual assault. And you're right. The only reason that he got off was because there were cameras that filmed the entire 2-hour deal. And he never approached her. And that's the shit that destroys men and their trust for women. And if you want to drive the spike in farther, I don't see women coming up and saying, you know, that's some fucked up shit. She should get jail time. And then pushing for her to get jail time. Because right now, it's not a crime for them to try to steal your life out from under you for jealousy, for money, for kids, for what the fuck ever reason under the sun. These people rarely get punished. They rarely go to jail. And they certainly don't do the time that you would have done had you gotten caught up in the gears of the state. They don't. Any man that says to me, I ain't helping that bitch, I'll shake your hand. You don't have to. You're under no obligation. They are equal. They're equal. Help yourself. Help yourself. And when their faces scrunch up and they're like, and they get that dirty fucking look and they start telling you, but you just say, well, but nothing. You're equal. It's what you wanted. You wanted this. All of the motherfuckers that advocate for this, that make legal changes to the law, that change policies in buildings, that have human resource departments that could bury small countries. You pushed for it. You voted my money out of my pocket with your entitlements. We're not just equal. You are super equal. You have a lot more on your plate than I got on mine. And I want to thank you for freeing me up so that I could explore, this stuff, this good shit right here. That closet full of fucking models and whatnot. That shit sitting behind me right there. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have that if I were invested in a female's well-being. I wouldn't. And I know that. And there was a point in time where I was perfectly content to be that guy. Well, man, if she's happy, I'm happy. That's all I do, man. I'm just looking out for my family. And for guys that are caught up in it right now, that are looking at this or will see this, and they're like, I don't understand. I am sorry for you. I am. But I can't live your life for you. You have to look around you and see what's going where and why. I've said this before. There's a fella that I work with whom I respect. He is a good man. He is a decent man, but he's blue-pilled as fuck. He does go live his own life. He does have his own thing, but he's also got a wife at home, kids, grandkids, house, car, truck, all kinds of shit to pay for and maintain. All kinds of shit. And I've heard him over the last 11 months or so, numerous times. All of this shit's not for me. It's not for me. In case something happens to me, it's for them. And I think to myself every single time, I said, so you've put in 33 years as a master tech in L1, accumulated $1 million in gross assets. I'm not talking about the cars and trucks and shit. I'm talking about in liquid assets. I should have said liquid assets. Cash, silver, gold, things like that. $1 million. And that's not for you. So better than 50% of your life you've spent doing this, and that's not for you. I can't get behind that. I can't get behind that. I hope to God she never wakes up and says, I can really get rich if I just fuck him. And if something goes wrong, oh man, I can't even imagine how bad it would get. Gents, I'm going to go to the bottom on this. And sorry about that. If I skip your comments, don't take it personally. Brad Mick, I'm in Australia. I am not. Daniel Goff, 320 by me. Wow. Psilocybin. Psilocybin. That's clever. At Brandon Trueblood, I had a pet pig that was cooler than a dog. They can be. The little piggies can be awesome, man. Dr. Rudeness, Island Hermit, sorry, you have to work with bitches. I would be sorry for anybody that had to work in a dominant female environment, which most of these office settings are now dominant female environments. So good fucking luck getting away from it. Good luck. Neil Wilson, I think there are many guys trapped in unhappy, unloving relationships because they can't get out without losing everything. I absolutely agree with you. 100%. I would love to throw some kind of a guess on that, but I can't. But I can say, I think, with no doubt in my mind, that 50% of married people right now, which is not a lot anymore, if they could get out of their marriage, whether that's a man or a woman, with no indemnity to themselves, without loss of assets or children, they would sign the papers. They'd sign the papers. There are a lot of folks out there, hundreds of thousands, that are married, staying married, maybe not hate each other, but don't love each other, just for kids. Staying with kids, staying together for kids, is not a reason to stay together. Now, I know I might get that side eye from some of you, but when your kids learn, and they do, and they watch you and they observe you and they pick up on all your mannerisms, on all of the shit that you're saying that's being said to you, that's where they learn their dysfunction from. So as much as I would like to see people stay together, raise that nuclear family, if you're better apart, be apart. Don't use your kids against somebody that walked away. It's just a bad deal all the way around. Angelo Narcisse, I'm never holding the door for another woman again. I wouldn't. I'm going to be very honest here. Probably going to get a little hate. If somebody was on my heels, like 10 feet, 5 feet, let's say 5 feet, I wouldn't slam the fucking door in their face, only because that has its own set of problems. And I don't want to deal with that shit. So if it's just pushing the door open so that it doesn't crack them in the fucking head, I might do that. But I ain't going to go any farther than that. Cheers one more again. Mark P. Humans have to realize aliens are on Earth and need to get over the race shit, or divided we will fall. Well, I don't know that they are. I would say that if there are aliens on Earth, that they are just another breed of human. Because I run into people almost daily that they look human. You know, they wear a Marv suit. You know, Men in Black. Yeah, they wear a human suit, a human skin. But I'll be damned if when they start talking to you and you look in their eyes, there ain't nothing human about them. I think that is a subset of human beings that's always been here. And I think a lot of them are in political office. A lot of them are in political power. A lot of them run these corporations, you know, these banks. They go home at night to their wife. They fuck like normal people. They have dinners, cookies, and a Coke. They celebrate Christmas. But they ain't human. And I'm seeing a lot more of that. Alaskan Whiskey at Ben. Get your passport and go abroad. Get a rotation going. Greg Smith. Brad Mick. U.S. is getting to be in the same boat. Subsidiary of the CCP. Considering they own a tremendous portion of this country's debt. And that does not include the 30 trillion that's on the books right now. Fiat currency, 30 trillion in fiat currency. So it's just traded paper. You know, is that bad? Yeah, it's kind of bad, but it's not real. It's not real. And there's a lot of folks out there that can't get their head around that one. It's not real. JD, John Carpenter's They Live. Caitlin McIntyre. So hang on. It's no good to stay together just for the kids, but a single mother who left a marriage she was unhappy in is used goods and not worthy of love. I'm going to put that one up. No. Are you not worthy of love? I think people are worthy of human decency, of kindness. How much is that reciprocated? Now, come on, Caitlin, be honest. How much is that reciprocated? Maybe in your circle, it's 100%. Congratulations. But out here in the world, it's not reciprocated. And you cannot pretend, you cannot close your eyes to how persecuted people are out here. That's white, black, women, men. Everybody's persecuted in a particular direction. Pushed, cajoled, brainwashed in a particular direction. Let me get back into that comment. So it's not good to stay together just for the kids. No, I don't think that it is, because you have a better chance if the parents are willing to work together and not beat each other over the fucking head with the kids. Let's just give it. Let's just say, yeah, they're willing to work together. No child support, none of the court bullshit. That's the best scenario, 50-50 custody. That's the best scenario, plain and simple. You certainly must admit, even if you won't admit it, you must admit that the absence of men and masculinity in the last 3, maybe 4 generations of human beings has been disastrous. It's been disastrous. It's been disastrous for men, for women, for kids. Nobody has come out of this, except the people that profit off of misery. They're getting richer, a lot richer. But a single mother who left a marriage she was unhappy in, I think that is an interesting choice of words. Let's just say that she was unhappy in it. And I do recall saying, let him walk away. If she walks away, let that happen. If he walks away, let that happen. If she cheated, get rid of her. If he cheated, get rid of her. But don't use the kids against one another. Don't use the kids against the parents. You know what I'm saying? Don't brainwash the kids. Leave them out of it. Let them get as much of that father's love and that mother's love as they can get. And what else? Is used goods and not worthy of love. No, I don't think that anybody is not worthy of love unless they're not worthy of love. You know what I'm saying? There are definitely people out here that are not worthy of love. They're not worthy of spooning with somebody that they want to spoon with. They're not worthy. And you have to stop calling these people awesome and great and beautiful and wonderful when they're not. Because if they were all of that, they would have what they wanted. Plain and simple. We have to stop protecting people's fucking feelings and reintroduce them to reality. Now, you can introduce it slow. You can introduce it with some care. But you can't take a 10 and tell that 5 that 5 is a 10. You can't. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. Just take the grading scale out of it, right? No 1s, no 3s, no 10s, no 11s, None of that shit. There will always be a desired, preferred man, a desired, preferred woman. That's it. Plain and simple. Let me get down here just a little bit. G. Gurr, watch the movie They Live. I own it, homeboy. It's required fucking watching. Max Siminoff, I agree with you, Hammer. It's real position. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wolf Lachlan, 99% of single moms are such because of their own choices. I won't disagree with you on that. I will say that there's a lot of people out here that like to lay the blame game. Men, women, even kids. They throw the blame game hard. 285 of y'all? That's insane. It's not real. 1201, though. Happy Saturday Chillstream. Yeah, man. Crazy shit. Life is pretty crazy, ain't it? Especially when one part of our species in this Western world feel that they are entitled to that protection. They feel that they're entitled to your money, to your attention, your time. Like our brother RPM says, attention, time, and money. Don't be the ATM. No attention, time, and money. Any woman that's out there taking care of business for herself, doing her own thing, should never be offended by that. She should think the same way. If she keeps her clothes on in social media, you see, she's not showing her tits to everybody. She's not teasing crotch shots. She's not on OnlyFans. Any of the other 100 fucking social diseases that are out there that people can get just by logging on. If she's not doing that shit, I think she's a pretty good catch. The point is does she want to get caught? There's not too many of them that do. They are absolutely 100% becoming what their interpretation of men is. But they don't really know what men are. What they know is that they've had to deal with the byproduct of 100 years of unrelenting hatred towards men. That's those men that you see out there now. That's those women that you see out there now. They're facsimiles of what men and women were. They're not real. But they're causing a lot of damage. They sure are. El Gablino Culio, you can cross the border illegally. I know it's scary, but it beats getting jabbed. I wouldn't do that because I know that the federales will kick your ass in. I don't care what anybody says. I know that the federales will do that. Ablamov, hello, Hammerhand. I live in Brazil. Are American women better than Brazilian women? Better than Brazilian feminist women? No, they're not. That's one of the great lies that PUAs, that's a pickup artist, and all of these life coaches and self-help motherfuckers will tell you. Is there a point to getting a passport and maybe exploring what other female populations are like? Yeah, you can do that. There are some female populations that are dedicated and they're loyal and they're feminine, but they've got a home turf advantage. A lot of people don't take that into consideration. They do. They've got a home turf advantage. Some shit goes down, you're out. Done. If you've invested in anything, you lose it. It's gone. You feel me? Especially in Southeast Asia. Especially in Southeast Asia. That's Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, Bhutan, Burma. You probably shouldn't go that far north, though, if that's what you're looking for. Malaysia, Singapore, all of them, Jakarta. I don't know if I'd go that far south, but, still. Philippines, rampant in the Philippines. Rampant. They are catching you motherfuckers coming off of the airplane in places like the Philippines. I ain't trying to badmouth the places. I think they're wonderful and beautiful, and I would love to visit them someday. Don't know that that'll ever happen. But, the women in these countries, they see y'all coming a mile away. And that relationship that you want You may get it, but it's going to be very, very transactional. All of that hugging and that loving and that simpatico that you want with that female, where you want her to understand your wants and needs because you want to do that for her. Good luck. Good luck. That's almost entirely gone. But that's just this old motherfucker's opinion. Max Semenoff, Santa equals Satan. Oh, that seems a little inappropriate. Brad Mick, single mothers are horrible. I said it. If I had my druthers to choose between an ideal single father and an ideal single mother, I would always choose the single father. Although he can't teach femininity to a female, he can teach her everything else. She would need to be around a woman so that she didn't grow up entirely acting like a man that was, a hardwired female. Because a man is not going to go out of his way to try to feminize little boys and little girls. He's just going to do what he can do. Women go out of their way to feminize little boys. And you see the end result out here. Just look around. Look at these guys. Look at them. Look at them. It's fucking horrifying. But they don't know that. They don't know that. Porcupine Party. Women have been trained that men are disposable. I've got one for you. Men have been trained that men are disposable. And they're okay with it. It's clear that they're okay with it. There's only a small set of men out there that protest this. Most men believe that it is their duty to be disposable in any way. Cheers. Gents, headed down to the bottom. I'm going to back up just a little bit. Placebo effect. Single fathers can teach girls how to respect rules. Engaging them is sports. In sports is a great way to instill set values. I agree. 100%. Look, there's a lot that can go wrong on both sides, but I've seen a lot of what I would consider to be very decent single fathers and very decent single mothers have very different results. Now, I'm not saying that the woman doesn't try. I'm saying that she brings an entirely different set of skills to the table. That family table, the familial table. As far as the relationship table is concerned, that is the exclusive domain of men. Women, sexual access, that's their exclusive domain. We've got ours, they've got theirs. And as far as I'm concerned, all we have to do is turn it off. Does that mean that you deny yourself a little bit? A lot? Yeah. Yeah, it can mean that. Does it mean that this shit comes crashing to the ground when kids ain't being born? Which we're in right now? Yes, it means that. It means that. There are enormous social upheavals that are happening right now. Everywhere. Everywhere. And it's only going to get worse. We'll see how it plays out. You know how it goes. Well, no, we don't, because we've never really been here before. Ravens and Flies. We need a podcast. Yeah, I know. Folks have been on me about trying to do a podcast. Man, my plate is so fucking full. That's why I terminated the one podcast that I had going. Some of the old episodes are still up, but man, I can't handle anymore. I've got a real full plate. JD, Philippines has a lot of other problems too, like high crime, corruption, two insurgencies, and likely the Chinese will take it over eventually. So not a good long-term investment. I mean, there's not much that the Chinese can't touch over there. Not a lot. I see them moving on Taiwan. I see the Russians moving down to Crimea, moving down to the Ukraine. We'll see. We'll see. There's not a hell of a lot that this administration would do about that except sit by with their fucking thumbs up their butt. But with the way that they have treated the citizenry, with the way that they have shit on their military, you see, they exempted themselves from this poison, but they made the military get it or retire. They exempted Congress. They exempted the Senate. They exempted federal employees, right? Well, some federal employees. And then they told the military, fuck you, you're going to get it. You think that those people are going to be willing to go to war? I don't know. I don't know. It would give me second thoughts. Sure as hell would. William Wallace, well, all I have to say is if they ever come to take me to a camp, I hope they are allergic to lead because it's all over. I agree with you. Same fucking thing for me. Cherry picker, horrifying. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Balsa works. The mothers will regret if those boys off themselves. Will they? Will they? Will they regret it? I don't know. Maybe they'll feel a little sad. Maybe they'll post it on social media. Maybe they can exploit their children's suicide because they do. I would feel gross and disgusting exploiting the death of a child. But that's just me. I would insist that it not come that way. I'm not the one that died. Well, yeah, but you need emotional. No, you don't. No, you don't. You need to deal with it. It can take a month, a year, 2 years, 10 years. But I don't need some fucking head shrinker in there talking about what I need to do, paying somebody to listen to my pain. I don't think so. I don't think so. Twisted Minds and Sweet Tea. I watch movies from the 40s and 50s on how to be a lady etiquette. I adore how things used to be. I wish we had about 10 million of you. I really do. And I wish that we were not indemnified by law. I wish that we didn't have predators, be they male, be they female, be they children sometimes. I wish that we didn't have these things. I wish that this population was not so segmented and divided. I wish we were all pushing in one direction to make life for us all better. I don't know how that happens. That's a suck-ass thing to say, but I don't know how that happens. I don't think reverting to the 40s or 50s is going to undo what has been done. It has taken 100 years, which is a relatively short amount of time, to get this fucked up. And guess what? It's not going to be undone in 100 years. You can do this damage very, very quickly, societally. It took, 18 months, 15 months to get half the population to be willing to admit the other half of the population into fucking concentration camps. And they're supposed to be the tolerant ones. Right? All you have to do is convince people that those people over there ain't got your best interest at heart. They're going to harm you. And then what do you have? More division, more strife, more struggle, more murder, more death, more distrust. And I think that the population is a proper amount of insane right now, all over the world. I think mental psychosis is out of fucking control. You can see it. If you open your eyes to it, you can see it. It's everywhere. And you're seeing it a lot in children because these kids are getting crushed. And there ain't a whole bunch of people standing up for those kids. No matter where those kids are, whether California, New York, Florida, they don't deserve it. We don't deserve it, but those kids especially do not deserve that. Daniel Golf, you getting nothing but work. Silver Surf Studio at Trini MGTOW. I don't think things went down like they are telling you it did. Be careful blindly believing them. William Wallace, other than the fact that it's Dick Cheney's home state. Yeah, well, that is something too. Psilocybin Hammer, do you think they're publishing the LGBTQ16X space exploration agenda so that those people without families will be easier to put in FEMA camps? I think that I don't know what to think about that. I have thought almost from the beginning that Antifa, the LGBT clowns, the Transformers, BLM, these are all strong-arm tactics that are only being deployed and excused by one side of the political aisle. Now, the other side is not doing a fucking thing. They're not doing anything. They're talking a lot. They're holding a bunch of meetings. They're trying to one-up each other for YouTube bits, but they're not doing anything. This kind of gridlock, it only goes to one place, and that is straight down. When your government is cut in two, and they're not working with one another, you don't stand a chance. You just, you're going to ride that fucking train to wherever it's going. And whoever makes it, and whoever doesn't. That's a fucked up thing to say, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you falsehoods. That's just what it is. And I only think it's a matter of time before it comes to a head, before something significant happens. What that is, I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see where we're at when it goes down. Universal Penis. That's amazing. What an amazing name. Eve had sex with the snake. Well, no. Eve didn't have sex with the snake. Eve was tempted and ate from the tree of knowledge. And Adam, having had the choice to reject Eve for breaking her covenant with God, elected that he would partake of the tree as well, so that he would not be alone. And then they both lost anyways. And if you believe that, then it's easy to see why we are where we are. But free will. Twisted minds and sweet tea. We are just a carrying case. Yeah, you might be right about that. Keck, I'm waiting for them to try and take us. Oh boy, will they get a fucking reality check. I think that that's not inevitable, but it's pushing towards that. Did you hear in New York that 20% of all police precincts are set to close tomorrow, because these jabs are being enforced, and they're taking all of these people and cutting them out. Well, you didn't get the fucking shot, so blah, 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 blah. You thought New York was a shithole before this? Take 20% of all law enforcement in New York and tell them to go home. Oh boy. I feel horrible for the people in the state, but not so horrible for the ones that voted for it. Not at all. I hope that they are the only ones that are affected by this. I hope the people that sat it out, which, there's kind of no excuse for that, or that voted the other way, I hope they don't get caught up in no bullshit. It won't be that way because they're generally the more timid, but yeah, it is what it is, man. Dan Day, get the Gibbs by exploitation. There you go. And I was just about to read another one, and son of a bitch, if it didn't drop. I'm sorry, gents. I'm sorry to say that. Pan-African. I'm not going to read the rest of that. I'm sorry. What is it? Black man going their own way. There you go. Pan-African black man going their own way. Say the Pope turn out to be population control. The leftist sheep will willingly infest the resisting patriots. Misery loves company. They're trying to. Yeah, man. PK Grows. Hammer, you need to read Jubilees if you haven't, especially with your knowledge of the Bible. I don't have a vast knowledge of the Bible. I know some things, but my knowledge is incomplete. And I really do need to dive my ass into it and become better. I will say that, better. But thank you. Alaskan Whiskey, haven't been back in almost a year. I haven't seen your videos in a while, Holmes. I mean, you got to put some videos up. Give us some updates. You know what I'm saying? Show all of these guys out here that it's a worthwhile trip. Tell them what's changed in that year. You know, take them back to your other Africa, or your other, what the fuck was I going to say? Your other older videos, and show them the difference between then and now. I think that would be fascinating. I think that'd be interesting. Johan Cloet, did I get that right? Cloet? Sorry, Chink named himself after a group of people who massacred Armenian Christians. Yeah, and every time that comes up, there's a pall of silence, and nobody says anything, and they act like the person who asked it is an asshole. So that kind of tells you what you need to know about the not so young Turks. They're a bunch of old, aging assholes. And they're better than you. Am I saying I'm better than you? I am better than you. Fuck that bitch. And Chunk Yogurt, he can eat a dick. He probably does. Especially with them stupid ass novels he was writing. He got outed for it, right? And then what happened? We forgive you, Chunk. Fucking busted bitches. Cheers. Max Seminoff. Free will. Exterminate human race. Yeah. Then what? Just go to the great beyond, all of us? I think that we have potential, man. I really do. 296 of you madcaps, almost 1.5 hours. We went from a Friday chill stream to a Saturday chill stream. I don't think I've ever done that before. I definitely haven't streamed this late. So, like I said, I figured my son got his fun in. Why not get on here? Why not get on here and talk to y'all? Right? I don't need a reason, do I? Just get on here and run my fat fucking mouth and say a few things and have some of my closest friends come in from around the world and say, what's up? Why not? Brad Mick, nothing in that Bible is even remotely original, just in scripture alone. It's all borrowed. The lot of it. Some such Norse mythology seeped into those scriptures. Well, we'll have to find out about that, won't we? When me knowledge becomes more complete, maybe I'll be able to tell you about that. Unless you have very good knowledge, then you can tell me. Doc Holiday, Texas, MGTOW. At Whiskey, Houston is a liberal bastion. Is Houston? I thought it was Austin. So it's Houston too? That's fucked up. Alaskan Whiskey, that's because they will monitor you. They don't need police, bro. The jab is the end all. Yeah. Yeah. I think when they coerce people, millions of people, into getting stuck, and there's a 99.78% chance of survival. That has never happened, ever. Ever. This is not about immunization. It's not. It's not about saving lives. That's horse shit. It's horse shit. My own personal opinion on that. Now, for the YouTube goons that are listening in right now, because I know that they are, is my own personal opinion. I am not a doctor. But if the stream goes down, you know why. My personal opinion on this is that this was engineered. Plain and simple. It was engineered. And it's not outlandish to assume that it was engineered to remove one guy from one seat because he was not invited to the party. He crashed. because the idea of the 45th president of the United States actually becoming the 45th president of the United States was so outlandish to these people that they knew it could never happen, except it did. And then the most popular president ever got more votes in black strongholds than Barack Obama. Everybody kind of knows that we're sitting in a coup. I believe that that shit was engineered to remove one guy. I believe that it was planned 100% all the way. And I believe what you're sitting through right now is your punishment for not voting the way that you were supposed to vote. That's what I believe. Whether that's true or not, we don't know yet. I'm sure that it will come out in 85 or 90 years when all these cocksuckers are dead and can't be sent to prison or executed. JD, one of the interesting things that differs from the Quranic version of the Garden of Eden is God tells Adam and Eve not to go near the tree, but in the Bible says not to eat. The difference being, did we not finish that, or did that come out wrong? Not to eat, the difference being, something didn't get finished there. One fast act, no cops, no firearms, no nurses, no jab. A lot of them are being told to go home. A lot of firemen are being told to go home. I see New York spiraling out of control. I think New York is in worse shape than California. The only thing that keeps California going is that Hollywood money. And I don't think that there's as much of that as people think there is. Dan Day, didn't hear this shit, been busy working. Great. New York is about to turn into Escape from New York. I'm telling you right now, Holmes, keep your fucking head down, because if you're in metropolitan areas of New York, you're going to start to see some shit. Unless they reverse themselves on that, you're going to start to see some shit. Davina Duckworth, and it jumped. I am sorry about that, Davina. Let me see if I can find that motherfucker. I'm sorry about that. Is Mr. Miles in here? Did I see that? Uh-uh. Well, I'm sorry, Davina. I'll see if I can come across it. This piece of shit jumped again, and I don't know why it does. There he is. JD Miles. What's up, JD? How you doing, man? Now they're trying to use the Bible to get men back on the plantation, and yet they fail to realize the Bible. Does it condemn single men? No, it doesn't. I've been seeing you go around with those other assholes, that fucking Laura Bates bitch, and then that random poster. That's probably a ghost account from them two idiots that have made like 500 fucking videos about how MGTOW is the woe of their life and all of that shit. Probably hooked up with them. It's probably them. Great man, I have a bad feeling that the elitists are trying to groom all the men into trafficking women. I see a future where women are auctioned off to the highest bidder. Well, that's already happening. That's already happening, my man. That's already happening. There's an open air slave trade in Libya right now, in parts of Egypt, parts of the Sudan right now. Open air slave trade. 25 years ago, there was supposed to be 20 million indentured servants or slaves. That number has doubled. It has doubled. And that's because of us. Well, because of our government. Anybody that decided to go off of the dollar as the reserve currency, their country was invaded and destroyed. It's like that. Gray Man, I have a bad feeling, and I just read that. The original beef, trying to get my PC gaming life back, but life happens. It does. It absolutely does. And sometimes it's hard to get back into the groove, man. It really is. When you've had a big life event, let's just say that she walks away or you walk away. There's kids involved. Hopefully it was none of that. But yeah, sometimes it takes a minute. I remember being so heavily invested in the welfare of my kid's mother, that when she took off, when she was gone, I didn't know who I was. I had lost myself. And I remember that feeling. That was a hopeless feeling. That was hopeless. It was a hopeless feeling. And I will never be in that position again, ever. There is such a thing as giving too much. And I ain't doing that ever again. El Goblino Coolio at Hammerhand. Late night hammer streams are awesome. You're spoiling us, man. And even though it's past your bedtime, just know that this late night stream is appreciated. Well, I thought that most of you would appreciate it. Some of you show up just to needle me a little bit. And that's okay. That's okay. I have time for our biggest fans as well. I do. Spartan, the world is run by devil-worshipping pedos. I think it's a lot worse than that. There's a lot of folks out there that are going to be like, how can it be worse than that? And I would say it's a lot worse than that. When we're smoking whole populations of men and women, yeah, it's worse than that. Trini MGTOW, Halloween is a pagan festival from Britain, I think. I think that you are right. Don't hold me to that, though. But I don't care about that, man. I care about the celebration of Halloween. And if people are cool with it, then that's cool. As long as no evil is being perpetrated on other people in the name of it, then that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like Thanksgiving. It's like Christmas. It's a decent holiday. It should be family time. Make sure if you're out there trick-or-treating here tomorrow or the next day, Sunday, I guess it is, check the candy. Don't take any fruits or vegetables. Toss them immediately. But make sure that you check your kids' candy. Go to neighborhoods where people ain't dropping needles and razor blades in the fucking candy. Because that shit happens. Still, to this day. Jay, do some reading about Horus. I will. Mayor Mercules. The three kings that visit Jesus on the day of his birth is literally taken from paganism. The Son of God is literally the Son. Well, I don't know that. I'll take your word for now until I become a little more versed. Mr. McKinnon, that would actually cause an ecological disaster so great they wouldn't be able to inherit the earth. More sugar, Trader CC. Did I get that right? Saturday morning, and I'm listening to Hammer's wisdom. That is awesome. Wisdom. Oh, man, don't go saying that. Motherfuckers will go into a rage. Kill the internet. Keck, the original beef, what you play. El Goblino Coolio at Hammerhand. I'm playing Vidya while listening to you past midnight. This is so comfy. I stay up late a lot. Well, I'm glad to be with you guys here late at 12:34 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this wonderful, beautiful, cool Saturday morning. Sam, St. Louis, agree. Great stream, Hammer. Eric Z, this is all about population control. I will agree with you on that, Eric. I will agree with you on that. Absolutely. And who's affected the most? Come on. Who's affected the most? The elderly. Who's collecting checks right now on a bankrupt system? The elderly. Sucks to put two and two together sometimes. Mechek Fobreeze first. I don't even know what that is. Sounds all right, though. Remember, during the worst crisis since the formation of the Office of the Secretary of Transportation went on vacation. Yeah. Isn't that Transformer? Isn't that the one? That fucking fruit. Jesus. Zool. Master Wrench in the house. Too many people just don't want to think for themselves or face discomfort. I agree with you. I would like a refund. I got my jab for my job, but I don't recommend it. Coworker had terrible side effects. If the docs that were leaked are correct, there are at least 50,000 people that are dead as a direct result of this. No comorbidity. That's unheard of. It's unheard of. It's a crime against humanity. And I do hope that the truth comes out. And I do hope that anybody that has taken this or been coerced into taking it to stay employed and to keep putting food on the table, that you are safe. I hope that you are safe. I hope that you remain safe. I do. I don't wish nothing ill on you, man. Been there. I caught COVID twice on purpose. Well, that's interesting. I'm 53 and beat it like a champ. Well, fucking, how old was Trump? 75? He was 75. Dude was down for 2.5 days and fucking back at it. A motherfucking machine, you know? And they're like, well, he didn't really have, yeah, he really had it. He really had it. I know people IRL out here really had it. Back up in a couple of days. It's a rare thing that I run into anybody that said, yeah, it was much, much worse than a flu. It wasn't. Oh, yeah. Notice how we have no recorded flu deaths. No recorded deaths from pneumonia. That's funny, ain't it? It's disgusting. It's so transparent and disgusting. I can't believe that people don't pick up on it. Ravens and flies. You're literally a father figure to these men. Not many of those would like a daddy figure. That's why assholes will be Negan. Yeah, I know. And we'll have to deal with that too. Brad Mick, Halloween is a South American tradition of past souls. It coincides with one of their traditions, you know, like the sugar skulls. And there's another one, maybe the sugar skull. Maybe I'm not right about the sugar skulls, but yeah, there is one, but I don't think it's a ripoff of Halloween, or Halloween's a ripoff of them. Davina Duckworth, farmers got rich. You damn right they got rich. Created nine. This was just released yesterday or a couple of days ago. 9 new multi-billionaires. 9. That used to be your money. That used to be your small town mom and pops. That used to be all of those intermediate jobs out there that were absolutely thrashed, bullied and bludgeoned using the violence of the state to close them. It is stunning to me that anybody can look at this and think that this was for the good of people. That just shows you how fucked up and out of touch most people are. That's just my opinion, though. D-Man 50, Kufid about power and control. Yes, it is. One Fast DAC. It's about money. Yes, it was planned. I believe it. Successful endeavors. JD Miles, thank you for all the great content. Thank you. Abso-fucking-lutely. JD Miles in the trenches with all them fucking ankle biters. My man. In the trenches, knocking them some of my bitches out. Louisville Slugger to the dome every single time. I don't know how you do it. Lots of patience, I'm sure. But then again, they give you lots of material. Ubermensch MGTOW. This depopulation process will last for decades. Little by little, they will be cleaning and reducing the population. What will come? Wars and biological weapons. I believe that'll be part of it. And I do believe that you're right about the decades and decades. I don't think for 1 second that this is meant to eliminate 2, 3, 4 billion people in 15 years. Now, if it did, oops, because you have to have time to contract. If this is legit, you have to have time to contract your businesses, remodel the business model. You can't just leave those factories, those stores, the hundreds of millions of cars out here just sitting in the road, because there's no way to clean all of that up in a short 15 years. Very short 15 years. Mr. McKinnon, any Metal Militia in here? Ozzy, Lemmy fans? Yeah, right here. I got to say, introduced to them by my brother. My brother was always a metalhead, and I found it to be a little crass, and I started to get sick of music because I was hearing just the same shit over and over and over again. I mean, even though I liked it, I wanted to hear something new. So I started branching out into shit, and he was real hardcore into that stuff, and still is. He has a massive music collection. I now have a massive music collection. And yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. So I owe that to him. Keck, the Fucino said there will be a pandemic years ago. Oh, yeah. Shit, it wasn't that long ago. Island Hermit, anytime I talk about jab, my channel gets nuked. Well, here's to a good nuking. Fuck them. I am going to speak freely. And if that means that the channel gets dumped, then the channel gets dumped. You know what my name is, and you know I'll be back in some variation the next day. Maybe I'll take a couple of days off and relax. But if the channel gets dumped, it gets dumped. I'll make another one. Fuck them. Keck. Trump, my fave. Eric Z, engineered for population control. Silver Surf Studio, nah, this is the NWO, and that's what this is about. Alaskan Whiskey, COVIDs is a psychological operation. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a master class in psychological black ops, right out in front of your face, and propaganda. Yeah. Terrible shit. It's a terrible way to treat people, but they don't care. The way that you view cattle, that's how they view you. It doesn't even exist, but that's my opinion. Jab is the kill shot. Pan-African BMG toe. I'm going to say BMG toe. LOL, baby. Out with the bathwater. Deep state. One fast deck. They could not control Trump. No, they couldn't. But make no mistake that there were people in Trump's corner that he was answering to. Plain and simple. Make no mistake about that. Make no mistake about that. $4 billion to you and I is an incomprehensible amount of money. When you're talking about trillions between Facebook, YouTube, Google, Alphabet, and then you take into account the shit that's overseas, the Crown. Yeah. 4 billion all of a sudden ain't that much. What a shameful thing to say, too. So shameful. Keck. Let's go, Brandon. Come on, Brandon. What's up, you motherfucker? You're fucking up the country, Brandon. But that's okay. Dan Day. Staying up, fuck work, trash job, looking for something more meaningful and fulfilling. This job feels like the grift that is discussed on this channel. Brother, you would not believe how many people say that. When they start rolling down that red pill road, follow the yellow brick road, you're following the red pill road. And it's going to lead you to places and conclusions that you, if you look back on yourself, would believe it to be insane. Once you start seeing things for what they are, you can't unsee it. You will have to find a way to live with and absorb and incorporate that new knowledge without killing yourself. Sometimes it's tough. See, I've always wanted to know. I said a couple of years ago, we had this discussion on one of my videos. If you could have a superpower, what would the superpower be? You get all the standard responses: flying, super strength, be the fastest motherfucker on earth, turn invisible. I said I wanted to know all. Ultimate knowledge. Now, I don't have ultimate knowledge, but when it comes to seeking out things and absorbing new data, I have that ability. And I'm glad that I have that ability. And I think that if I didn't have a thirst for it, that it would be very hard to deal with. So, yeah, going forward with red pill and red pill absorption, I suggest that you have a thirst for it. And if you find yourself starting to wane, turn the computer off, take a vacation, decompress, don't get yourself hurt. Now, I'm going to fuck this up. So, Sujit Dami, I hope I got that right. You notice they praise Genghis Khan for reducing world population and reducing carbon footprint. They are glorifying Thanos. Yeah, that's because they're disgusting, filthy hypocrites. And that's just about what it is. That's what they are. It's what they are. It's all out in the open. Everybody knows it now. It's not a secret. It's not being done behind closed doors, at least the public front, the public agenda. Like Clinton said, private agenda, public agenda. So you ain't seen shit yet. I promise you that. Alaskan Whiskey at Silver, thank you. Someone has been seeing Mag Bitter Truth. Mag Bitter Truth? Ubermensch MGTOW. Trump was one of the few legitimate presidents elected in recent decades. I can't agree with you on that. Now, it depends on your interpretation of legitimate. I'm not saying that he didn't get the votes. You can rest assured in this fucked up, crooked system, every vote cast for Trump was a legitimate vote. Every single one. You can take that to the bank. Pardon the pun. It's a bad pun. But yeah, you can take that to the bank. Jay, allegedly. Mayor Merculis, the Second Civil War started back in 2020. Oh, my friend, it started much earlier than that. The Second Civil War started when half of this population was put on equal footing with men that traded their blood for land and a vote. That's when your Second Civil War started. Those were the seeds that were laid, and they've germinated, and now we're here. We've put on $30 trillion in fiat debt. $30 trillion in fiat debt. We just print money like it's going out of fucking style. 30 trillion bucks in what? 28 years? How is that even possible? It's not. Where is it going? What's it being spent on? Who are the recipients? How is it being paid for? Why is no one asking these questions? Why is there not an oversight committee? Because they don't want one. They don't want anybody looking into their business, and their business is collecting the most valuable resource on this planet ever. That is your labor. And if they don't have your permission, if they can't force you into it, then they lose the most valuable resource on the planet. That is something to think about. Just my opinion. Dale White, COVID is just a weaponized form of the bat flu. That is why the tests cannot tell the difference. I won't disagree with you on that. There is some legitimate claim to that. And of course, what was it, 10 months ago? Anybody saying that, anybody typing a comment about that, making a video about that, the shit was getting struck as medical misinformation. And now it's not. Mr. McKinnon, there is a statue of George Bush doing our favorite German salute to the Bin Laden group building in the distance, right in Houston, Texas. I fucking believe it. I knew a guy, an online friend, I would call him, from the racing field. And when I said that George Bush was a traitor to the fucking country, he unfriended me. George Bush is a traitor to this country. The Bushes, the Clintons, they're traitors to this country. 100%, absolutely guaranteed. They have sold us all down the fucking river. So did Biden. Some of the things that we're finding out about Reagan, not so sure about Reagan anymore. There was some shady shit going on there. Was he better than just about anybody else on the Republican side? Yeah. Yeah, he was. Zool, Barack bragged about being the president in his basement before all of this. They knew what they were going to get with Obama when they fronted him. They knew that. Hope and change. Hope for change. Hope he doesn't change us too much. Well, we lost our hope and we changed beyond recognition. It is what it is. 316 of you madcaps approaching the 2-hour mark, and I am going to start winding it down. Gents, this has been my pleasure to run us into the midnight hour. I absolutely love and adore being here. Success Pool Endeavors, Hammerhand, they've left evidence everywhere. You can't hide it anymore. You can't hide it. But as much as we people with eyes to see and ears to hear, say that that's the evidence, no, there it is right there. It's right there. It gets stymied. It gets wrapped in red tape. It gets mocked and pointed at and put in plain sight for people to laugh at it. We have created 2 generations of the dumbest Americans to ever exist. The weakest, the stupidest, the snarkiest ever. I've said it many times. I remember when I saw the report years and years ago that said for the first time ever, Americans are statistically dumber than they've ever been. We lost that. We were hitting that fucking thing. We were just going up and up and up and up and up. And then in the 80s, it was like, we hit that crest and we've been on the downslope ever since. Those of you that know anything about the term standard deviation will understand this. We have lost almost 2 standard deviations in intelligence in 35 years. That's not normal. It's not organic. It is absolutely pushed. And people sit around in think tanks and think up ways to stupefy the population. That's you. That's me. Yeah. And one of the big problems that we're presenting to these folks is the fact that we are spreading information amongst ourselves, and we are able to recognize this fuckery now in most of the forms that it takes. I won't say all, because there's a lot of stuff that's still coming, and it's hard to recognize some of it. We recognize most of the old shit. The new stuff, the new divisions, those are the ones that we're going to have real problems with. Real problems. Child of Elam, remember the movie, The Book of Eli. That reality is approaching most haste. I don't know that nuclear devices will be used. I don't know that they won't be, but I could absolutely see conventional warfare on this continent. I hope that doesn't happen. But the motherfuckers that are going to save whoever's left are the ones sitting on the interior of the country. You can kiss those fucking coastlines goodbye. They're gone. Gone. Eric Z, Pelosi, and Harris want to put Biden away. Oh, they want that motherfucker to go to sleep. They absolutely want to retire him, but it has to be natural looking. You know what I'm saying? They'll pick out the doctor. They'll pick out the mortician. They'll take Jill to the side and they'll say, it's about time, Jill. We gave y'all $100 million. You'll inherit it all. It's coming. If he makes it 4 years, I will genuinely be surprised. Genuinely be surprised. Ravens and flies. If you think your vote matters, I feel for you. It did. It did. As late as 2016, it did. But it don't anymore. Like I said, I firmly believe that we are sitting in an engineered coup. But it is what it is, right? I mean, it is what it is. Trini MGTOW, votes are an illusion of choice. I agree with you. The left-right paradigm is an illusion. These people are sitting, breaking bread with one another when the TV cameras go off. That was a great argument you had over there, Speaker Pelosi. Well, yes, sir, Mr. Kennedy. You know, sometimes we got to throw them dingers in there. And I do believe that there are people on either side in the middle that genuinely are fighting for control of the country, that they're not part of this. But the movements have to be so slow and deliberate as to not reveal who they are or what they're doing or how they're moving, that it's going to take 50 fucking years for it to come to fruition. As soon as you make a large move in that community of people, you will be uncovered. You'll be turned out. Plain and simple. You will. That's just the way that they do business. Brad, Mick, this is the agenda running out of time. Not a punishment as such, but a race to have that agenda in full operation by 2030. Yeah, I don't think that that's happening by 2030. What I think is the implementation of it will be set by 2030. The implementation is much different than the execution. The execution is going to take a long time. Alaskan whiskey votes don't matter, but I respect the opinion. Well, I respect your opinion too, brother, and we can always feel free to disagree with one another and not be rabid fucking enemies. Cheers. Ubermensch, MGTOW, there are no more elections in the United States. It's all over. There will never be a clean election again. Well, I think that the elections will continue, but I think that you're right. I don't think there will be a clean election again, not with the way that they're doing business. Wolf, Lachlan, at Hammerhand, even if you are a doctor, if you don't go with the narrative talking points, you're out of here. Oh, I know that. If I sounded like I was suggesting otherwise, I didn't mean to sound that way because I know that. Keck, why is the Apple logo the one from the Bible? I don't know. Gray Man, Hitler supported Islam. Well, I don't know about that. So I can't give an opinion on that. Mr. McKinnon, I shouldn't say our favorite. I should say the least favorite. LOL, got to watch my terminology on the internet. AI scrutinizing everything. Yes, it is. And it's going to get really shitty with the AIs that they're adopting. Brazier Sin, times change and you have to be willing to adapt and change with them. I agree with that somewhat. I don't agree with change for the sake of change. I have never agreed with change for the sake of change. If the change is beneficial, okay, who does it benefit? You have to ask that. That has to be asked. Why is the change being made? That has to be asked. Is it a change for safety? You know how people are today. They throw fucking kids and safety in your face. And they shield themselves with kids and safety. It's for the kids. I'm all for kids' safety. If it's legit, if it's just a way to push bullshit on people, I'm not for it. Not at all. And I never would be. Eric Z. Well, the elections will be more as a popularity contest, similar to high school. Yeah, I agree with you, except we have some real problems with that shit, with popularity per se. Does anybody really believe that Biden was more popular than Trump? I don't believe that. You can look at shit tons of leftoids. They don't believe that. The freaks believe it. The people that have no fucking voice without a camera and a microphone, they believe it. They believe it. The average mainline person out here, fuck that shit. They don't believe that. Going right down to the bottom. My fire stuff. I ran out of fingers and this fucking thing jumped. There you go. Ran out of fingers and toes counting safe on any news broadcast these days. Yeah, man. It's easy to do. It's easy to do. NA, not a chance, Hammer. About what? What'd we do? Mr. Pliskin. What's up, Hammer? Nothing, man. Just sitting here moving in on hour 2, getting ready to turn this one off, man. I'm sorry to say that. And say good night. We've been here for a little over 2 hours now, 307 sets of eyeballs on this crusty old motherfucker having a 2-hour-long rant, a conniption fit, if you will. Ubermensch MGTOW, not in a million years. Thumper, hey guys, what's up, Thumper? How you doing? Mr. Hate Vicious, nope. Damn right, nope. Craig Furness, the Apple logo is based on how Turing committed suicide, a poisoned apple with cyanide. I don't know who Turing is. I probably should, but I don't. Rib Grunt, I'm not interested anymore about the majority. I'm not either. I'm just interested in me. I'm interested in mine, the people that are close to me, and those that I choose to invite into my space. And no disrespect to anybody on this stream or any of the decent people out there, but fuck everything else. Still have a decent heart, a lot of ability, I think, to open that heart and open my mind to people that might need the help. But everything else, you kind of have to cut it loose and just trust that these psychopaths don't annihilate the population of the planet. But you have to watch them. You always have to watch them. There will always be somebody out there that wants to put a boot on your throat because it's just good for them. That's how they do business. Yeah. Badass Taco, my dad is owned by the pussy. He is hella left-wing Kool-Aid. That sucks. Oh, bitch. That sucks, man. I am so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. It really stinks when you have a parent or somebody close to you. I don't know if you're close to your dad, but somebody close to you that's going down that road, that or is on that road and you can't get them off of it. They will have to learn the hard way. And I'm sorry for them that they're going to have to learn the hard way. It is what it is. Eric Z, I absolutely do not believe in it whatsoever. Pulse kebab, crap. Hamster is done. Well, that's all right, man. You're over here just chilling, right? Mayor Mercules, amazing stream at Hammerhand. Have yourself a great night. Yes, sir. I think so. And I think with that one, we are going to kick it off. Get the fuck on out of here. Ubermensch MGTOW at Mr. Hate Vicious. You look like Tony Soprano. I'll take that as a compliment, I think. Except he's dead, so that's kind of fucked up. Is that a compliment? I don't know. Were you trying to slide one in there on Mr. Hate Vicious? I don't know. Keck, my pops is passed away. My mom is a loser. Well, that's fucked up. And it fucking jumped. Of course it jumped. Fuck me running. Well, I'm sorry about that, gang. It jumped. Didn't mean to get you off of your thing there. Oh, well. All right. All right, gang. I'm going to take off. Like I always try to end these, I'll do it again this way. Every day above dirt is a good day. Oh, and big ups to our Master Wrench MGTOW Life. Wanted to say that he's come through the backside of some cancer operations. He seems to be doing well. He's getting his strength back, getting the feeling back in his fingers. They've got that fucking cursed belly port that Vention had. But with any luck, when they get him cleaned up here in a while, they'll be able to hook him back up and he can dump that belly bag. So I wanted to say that too. And anybody that's out there dealing with anything like that, struggling, gentlemen, you're not alone. You're not alone. There's hundreds of thousands of people out there dealing with terrible physical issues and pain, mental pain, spiritual pain. You have an opportunity every single day that you open your eyes to try to change it a little bit. Don't fail yourself. This is your trial in life. You can't abandon the trial. Don't do that. Every day above dirt, it's a good day, even if it sucks ass. It's been my pleasure, and I'll see you on the next one.